Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Killer Guy, here for MeRcY Community. So in today's video, I am going to bring you some group information and how to join MeRcY Community. So MeRcY Community is going to be joinable through an application process. Okay? So that means you're going to have to fill out an application in order to join. Anybody can fill it out. Anybody at all. The form is going to be linked down in the description below if you are interested. So let's get started by going over the rules of MeRcY Community if you are accepted. So some of the rules consist of nobody is to quick link anyone to the Discord servers. That means we have private Discord servers for group members only to use to speak with each other. And that means no linking any of your friends outside of the group into the Discord or anybody in the general public. Second rule, every member is allowed to link other people to the application form. So say you filled out an application, you got accepted, but you want your friend over here to try to become a part of this community like you. So you're allowed to link the other person to the application form for them to fill out the application and for the process to take place like it did with you. Third rule, no spamming of Discord text channels. If you need to write a long message, please write it in one singular message rather than sending 500 different messages. That blows up people's phones, that blows up the chat, it's really annoying, and that will give you a timeout very quickly. Fourth rule, only post safe for work content to Discord text channels. Basically that means no nudes, racist material, etc. So basically don't post anything that you wouldn't want your mother to see. Fifth rule, no serious threats towards other members, viewers, subscribers, or online players, etc. Basically that means you might get really frustrated at a game, but then and stuff might come out, that happens, but just don't be serious. Don't get to the point to where you're actually going to do something towards another person and create that threat. Because if you take any action through IP addresses, finding the locations, hacking stuff, whatever. I can't even begin to describe it. If you do anything like that, or you make serious threats that another person feels like there needs to be an action taking place against you for creating that threat, then the disciplinary action will be taken accordingly. Sixth rule, no discrimination or racism, racial slurs, exclusion of members, etc. So basically that means no exclusion of members because of religious background, race, etc., country that they're from, if we don't even want to go off of race. Stuff like that. And so basically don't use racial slurs. That's not good for streaming, that's not good for YouTube in general, and it won't be accepted here as part of the MeRcY community. So, seventh rule, no excessive cussing. We in the community allow our content creators to cuss in their content. That is perfectly fine, but just don't be excessive about it. Just don't say like 20 cuss words in a row and just, be excessive, become annoying, become a problem, or else disciplinary action will be taken, like I've said before. Final rule, eighth rule, no linking any person not part of the MeRcY community to the anonymous suggestion box. In the bottom of this Google Doc that any member will have access to, you can see that there's an anonymous suggestion box right there. Right? Please do not link anybody to that anonymous suggestion box, or that will get you timed out and disciplinary action will happen pretty quickly. And as a disclaimer, we understand that not everyone gets along with every single person. If you can just follow the simple rules above, and if it becomes absolutely necessary, just avoid the other person if need be, then everything will be fine. You won't have any action taken against you. No action will be taken against that member. You can feel free to reply or to submit a report against that person to our anonymous suggestion box if you feel it absolutely necessary. So yeah, going forward, we're going to talk about the discipline for not following the said rules. And it's going to go in this order. The first time you break a rule, text or verbal warning. Same thing for the second time you break a rule. After that, or depending on how severe how severely you break the rule, we go into a 10-minute timeout and a verbal warning, and then it moves to a 1-day timeout, a temporary ban for 1 month, and then if you just can't keep your act together, you will be banned from the group for 1 year, and then you must reapply through the application process. So that's it for disciplinary action. Pretty straightforward. I hope you guys get the concept there. And then we're going to move on to the 3 different types of members. So when you apply to MeRcY, there are 3 different sections that you can be assigned to. If you are joining for gaming, there's going to be 2. Depending on how often you can produce content, you may be placed in either the full-time section or the part-time section. To begin, we're going to talk about full-time. So full-time requirements: in order to be a full-time member, you have to produce content, whether that be streaming or producing videos for YouTube, once a week at minimum. Okay? So you can log in on like Wednesday, stream or make a video. Then next week you can do the same thing, so on and so forth. The second requirement is to submit 1 piece of content, a stream or video, once a month to be uploaded to the community channel. So MeRcY has a community channel used as a central hub for all of its members. That's going to be used mainly for part-time members, and the last section that I will get to here shortly, to upload their content to and get people promoted. Because part-time members typically don't have as much time on their hands, so they probably don't have their own channel. If they do, we encourage it. Please continue using your own personal channel. But if they don't, then their content will be uploaded to the community channel, as well as just their content in general from their personal channels. The community channel is also going to showcase the full-time members, and you can submit more than 1 piece of content to be uploaded to the community channel, but we require that you send at least 1 piece a month to be uploaded. That way, people can see the content that you're producing on the community channel and then make their decision to come to your channel and subscribe. Another rule is to have a Discord. Alright, so if you're joining for gaming, people are on different platforms. Some people are on the PS4, some people are on Nintendo products, other people are on Xbox, and some people are on PC. Well, there's no service that allows everybody to talk together in one chat, except for Discord. Now, Discord, there isn't an app on Nintendo products, Xbox, or PlayStation, but there's an app on your phone or tablet, so on and so forth. You can also get it on a PC, and your PC doesn't even have to be a beefy PC to use it. And that's just where everybody can get together and talk. And that's where you will be able to create ideas for streaming and so on and so forth. Another rule is every full-time member is required to have a YouTube channel. That doesn't mean they have to upload to the channel, but they have to have one made so that the community channel can promote their channel, and your channel will consist of your social links to any streaming service or social media that you have. And then you will also be promoting the community channel. And this is for if somebody sees your live stream, goes on YouTube, searches your name, doesn't find your channel, well then then what is this community that they're talking about? Because maybe they didn't understand that you were part of MeRcY. But if they search your name, find your channel, then they're like, oh, well, they didn't post any content on YouTube, but I will go check out the other viewers, or, well, other members based on the community channel that you have promoted there. Another rule is to basically every full-time member has to live stream. There's a reason for that I'm not going to get into in this video. It's for another day, but live streaming is the way to go anymore if you want to become, if you want to have a chance with YouTube and gaming in general on producing contents like that. Like I said, I'll get to that in another video, maybe, but we're not going to talk about it here. The final rule is to feature the community page in the feature box on your own personal YouTube channel. I've already talked about that whenever I mentioned how every member has to have a YouTube channel, but I believe you guys get the idea. So now we're going to move on to the part-time requirements. So if you can't stream all too often, you have a very busy schedule, you have an actual life outside of gaming, and by life I just mean like a full-time job, you know, you're trying to support a family, so on and so forth, but you also have a passion for gaming, but you just don't have the time, you can be a part-time member and have a chance to get your content promoted and eventually, hopefully, become a full-time member as time moves forward. So some of the part-time requirements are you are required to stream once a month, have a Discord, upload any of your archived streams to the community channel, and upload any of your produced YouTube videos to the community channel. In order to upload your videos, you will submit them to us via Dropbox, ideally. We haven't figured out all the kinks with that yet, but hopefully Dropbox will be the way to go. If not, we will find some way for you to be able to send us your content so that one of us 4 leaders of the group can upload your content, because only us have the login information to the channel, and we're the only ones that we trust with that. So now we get onto the last group of, or the last section of members as a part of MeRcY. So we don't have a name set for it. We just call it other than gaming member requirements. So say you don't play video games. That's not your thing. But like you like to create RC videos, or you do scuba diving videos, or you do like, you know, stuff like that, science, education, just anything in general. But you want to get your content promoted and you want to be part of a group because that's the fastest way you can grow, well then you have an option to join us as well. So your requirements are to speak with one admin or leader once a month to talk about your further content creation. So all this is for is just to say, hey, what are your future ideas for creating your content? Like, do you have a plan to keep the ball rolling? Or are you just going to bottom out and be like, well, I'm done with YouTube, I'm going to just move on? That's just so we don't have any inactive people in our group all the time. Second requirement is to submit content to be uploaded to the community YouTube page. Just like the part-time requirements, it's just to get your content promoted. We do not take credit for anything that you produce. You will be completely 100% accredited. But the only thing that'll happen is that you are being featured underneath our name, and that is it. And the final requirement is for you to produce a piece of content once every 3 months or 4 videos a year. We understand that sometimes when you're creating content as part of, or that's something not gaming related, it might take a while to get a video produced. It might, for money reasons, like maybe you have to take a trip in order to get your video produced. Or you have to get certain things together, like chemicals or something. Or, you know, like, do a 50-foot drop test. You gotta somehow acquire an iPhone or, like, an anvil, something, right? It takes time. So, that's why we say 4 videos a year or once every 3 months. We believe, personally, that that is a reasonable time frame. Of course, we are willing to work with anybody on that if it's a problem, but we don't think it will be, and all these rules and requirements are bound to change over time as we see any changes that need to be made. So that is it for the rules and requirements to join MeRcY and what is expected of each person. So the second thing is I'm going to walk you through the Google Forms application. So in the application, you're going to start off on this screen here. The application for MeRcY, section 1 of 3. You have this little description right here, which I will read now. This form is an application to join the YouTube and streaming group known currently as MeRcY. Any answer you give here will not be shared with the public, businesses, or other members in the group. The only people that will see your answers are the 4 people currently on the acceptance committee. An email will be sent confirming your acceptance or rejection to or from MeRcY within 30 days of your submission. If you do not receive an email after 30 days, please check this form to confirm that you actually submitted your answers. If you did submit your answers, then write an email explaining the situation to my personal email, killerguy335604@gmail.com, as listed here. And then thank you for your interest in MeRcY, and we hope to be working with you soon. So the form goes a little bit like this. You start off, you enter in your first name. And then if you want, you can give us your last name, but it is not required. We absolutely do not require anybody to give us last name. That's your own personal stuff. We don't need it. But if you want to give it to us, that is your choice that is available to you. The next thing, which is required, is your email address. We need your email address so we can send an acceptance or rejection email, and also just to basically keep everything organized. Your email will not be shared with anybody except for us four, and it will only be used to send an acceptance or rejection email or to reply to any of your emails that you directly send us. And then we ask the question, why do you wish to join MeRcY? You either check the box that says gaming, or you check the box that says producing content other than gaming. And depending on your answer, that will take you to one of two sections. The first section, if you choose producing content other than gaming, will take you to this first set of general questions. We ask you, why do you wish to join MeRcY? And please give us a detailed response as to why you want to join our group rather than any other group or want to remain solo. The second question we ask is, what made you want to begin producing content? That's just to get an idea for, who you are as a person, what's your, ambitions, goals, stuff like that. Like, what made you passionate about producing content rather than just doing it as a hobby and keeping it to yourself? So then we ask, do you currently have a website or YouTube channel where your content is posted? If so, please link them here. So if you have a YouTube channel, just link your YouTube channel. If you don't do YouTube and you produce your content to your own personal website, depending on what you do, then please link your website here so we can view any work that you've done. And then we ask you, what content do you plan on producing? So what content do you like to do? Do you take photos and make photo slideshows? Do you take videos, vlogs, skateboarding clips, RC videos? The list is huge for this. So, and we want to get an idea for what you personally like to produce, rather than leaving it up to the imagination, just seeing it when it happens. And then we ask you, how often do you produce content? Pick which one is closest to your current schedule. So here's your options here: daily, once a week, once a month or more, every 6 months, once a year, or less than a year. That's just to give us an idea of how often we expect content for you and how often to make meetings with you. And then we go on to ask for any of your social media. So you can pick from one of these, including other. And then there's a part B right here. If you picked any of the following social media applications above, please list your names and what application it is. So you would list it off as Facebook, and then whatever your Facebook name is. Then press enter, and so on and so forth. Like Instagram is this, Twitter is this, Snapchat's this. I think you get the idea. And then for the final question is there anything else is there anything else you believe we should know before reviewing your answers for acceptance? That's up for you to decide. If there's nothing that you believe that we should know other than your responses, then please type N/A, meaning non-applicable. If it is an answer that's applicable to you, then please give us a detailed response or any information that you believe that we should know. So now going back up to the top, if you chose the gaming option, it takes you down to this second form here. So it's general questions gaming. And it's some of the same questions. Why do you wish to join MeRcY? Please give a detailed response. What made you want to get into streaming and YouTube? Like, why are you passionate about doing this rather than just keeping your gaming to yourself? And then ask you if you currently have a streaming channel and or YouTube channel, please list your names or provide links to them and the service name. So that's where you put your YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Mixer, or whatever you use here in this section. And then we move on to, if accepted, what games or content do you plan on producing? So here you just write, oh, well, I like to play Fortnite and World War II and Minecraft, and that's the content that I plan on producing. Okay? Or any other 3 games or more or less that you plan on producing for your content. We just want to get an idea of who's doing what, and it's pretty cool to see all the different responses and the different things that people enjoy doing. And then we move on. So if you don't currently have streaming services, we ask you, what streaming services do you plan on using? If you feel free to answer, I don't know. If so, then that lets us know that we can help you out with trying to pick a streaming service that will benefit you the most. So the ones that I currently know of consist of YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Smashcast, and StreamMe. That's all the ones I personally know. Like I said, I can help you out because I can kind of see who's posting what where and what the videos are doing, and I can help you, find a good medium to find a good viewership for you. And then I go on to ask, if accepted, how often can you stream or produce? Based on your answer is what we're probably going to recommend you to either being a full-time or a part-time member. The proportions on these two answers are way off, but it just gives us an idea on, well, we're going to recommend you to part-time, but you can feel free to create an argument that says, well, I'd really like to be full-time for this and this and this reason, and we might say yes, or you might say, well, just stay part-time for at least a month or so, and let's see what you can do before you get you up to full-time. Or if you're full-time, or if we recommend you to being a full-time member, you can say, oh, well, I don't think I can actually fulfill all these requirements, and then give an argument, and we'll be like, okay, well, you can be part-time. Simple as that. So then we go on to a Part A question. Do you plan on producing content for YouTube alongside of streaming? Then you check yes or no. And then Part B, if answered yes to the above question, do you edit content? This just gives us an idea for what you plan on doing for the future. We're trying to get our own personal editors. Right now, of course, everybody is free licensed. We're not paying anyone to do anything. So don't expect phenomenal content, but it will be good to where it'll make your stuff YouTube friendly for monetization purposes and so on and so forth. And then the final question is the same one as above. Is there anything else you believe we should know before reviewing your answers for acceptance? Like I said, let us know if there's anything that you believe we should know about you. If not, then please write n/a, meaning not applicable once again. That has been it for this video. I hope we have helped you with the application process and the requirements for joining MeRcY. We thank you for your interest or possible interest in the group, and we hope you stick around, subscribe for some gaming content and other content besides gaming. That's been it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Killer Guys, signing off.